Hi, motherfuckers, we back.
Back at it again.
This is the 2 Cents You Call It podcast.
One time for the one time.
I am your host, X, and I'm here with my brother from another mother, Dub. What's happening?
It's happening, my brother.
Hey, man, you know what it is.
Back again for episode number 81.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to get after it and bringing these episodes to you week after week.
But you say bringing in the new year. The fuck is you on?
Y'all know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You can catch us on the 2 Cent You Call It podcast on YouTube. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can see every single time that we post. Also, for your listening pleasure, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Busting out your eardrums every single week. You can also catch us on Instagram at the 2 Cent Podcast and on TikTok at 2 Cent You Call It Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Go check out some of our content. We've been dropping a lot of shorts.
Fan base too.
And on our fan base. Is our fan base 2 Cent?
You tell me you don't want to say that.
It's either 2 Cent You Call This Podcast or 2 Cent Podcast.
I just want to get a shout out to the black man.
Shout out. Like I said, we're gonna start doing a lot of exclusive content on those platforms. So please make sure that you follow us. First things first, my brother. What you got over there in the glass? It look like piss.
Just a little bit. It's some 8 piss. But it was 99 cents. I got some whiskey, some apple whiskey, some apple and whiskey, and some lemon lime soda. That's all I got over here.
Okay.
What you got over there?
I am keeping it simple, stupid. I got some apple whiskey and some cranberry.
Okay.
Yeah, man. How was your week?
Week was cool, man. It was actually pretty boring.
Okay.
Which isn't bad at all.
Boring is good sometimes.
Yeah. It's been my first really boring week in a long time.
Okay.
Just handling some business and stuff. Been kind of fundraising for a good effort.
Okay.
Actually did better than I thought I was going to do.
Look at you.
Probably around like $1,000 for
Get out of here.
my undergrad.
For what we talked about?
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah, so yeah. I mean, considering how active we are with each other, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now if I could just get everybody else pitching, we'd be there in no time.
Hey, we in that thing.
But outside of that, didn't do much. Just going to work, coming back home. I need to start working out some more, kind of throw out my schedule. But I mean, I'm kind of using that as an excuse. They have a gym on the first floor, so I can go there.
It's in walking distance.
And then I have my fitness center at home. It's just actually wanting to do it once I actually get home.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it was just your normal working week. Hopefully,
Okay.
I'm trying to finish everything off so I can have next week. Next week, kind of free, so I can go and do things I need to do for myself.
Gotcha.
So set up doctor's appointment, all that stuff, do physical and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But outside of that, man, week was cool. I mean, didn't try no new food or anything. I went shopping somewhere. Oh, I actually went to the other store and shopped there for the first time.
Okay.
Outside of the pizza and the foot long glizzy. And stuff, checked it out and stuff. It wasn't too bad because I actually talked to you in the car. That was Sunday when I was leaving and stuff. I had some stuff to tell you when I was leaving. I was like, hey, yeah.
which we'll get into one of our current events.
Yeah. And then outside of that, man, it was just a regular week and stuff. Excited to see what's going on next week. I know next week we got a couple of events coming up. So I'm kind of anxious for that to see how it goes.
Okay.
If everything comes together.
Gotcha.
That.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's pretty smooth, man. What about you?
Week was like you said, man. Week was standard. It was a pretty boring week, which is good. Cause same as you, man. I haven't had a regular, just standard week, in maybe a couple of months now. So it felt good, to get back into, I guess, kind of routine.
Yeah.
I actually had kind of sort of had all three of my weekend days this week, because I work a 4-10 schedule. So I work 4 days, 10 hours, and then I'm off 3 consecutive days. So it was good to have like all 3 of my off days. Technically I had a training yesterday, so it was off, but it wasn't off.
Okay.
But all in all, man, it was good. It felt good to, just kind of relax. Like today, I ain't really do too much of nothing until I got up and it was time to move around and come over here. And then when I did that, I just got my oil changed and then came over here after that. So
on your car or like they got is it called colloquialisms? Is it what colloquialisms? Hey, I graduated in accounting.
Be able to say the word before you.
Not English. You knew what the fuck I was talking about though.
Yeah, man. So it's been a pretty standard week.
Polygamy. Now, I saw a video today.
Polygamy is hilarious.
She was like, he wants me to be in a polygamy. And he was like, oh, a polygamy. Okay.
Sound it out, baby.
She sounded the shit out.
She did. Polygamy. She sounded that shit all the way out. No, but the week was good. Now, we did have a couple of things that we did. So after the show last week, for everybody that don't know, we do go, usually show night is a whole night. Like, we record, and then we end up going out after that. We usually go to the same bar, depending on what area we in. Mm-hmm. But if we in the city, we usually go to the same bar. But we did have...
I had to change that up.
Might have to.
I might not be welcome.
You almost fucked. You know what? We gonna talk about that too. So yeah, we went to the bar last week, and a couple of homegirls came out. Shout out to Selena. She has a YouTube channel as well, so please go check her out. And shout out to Joe. She also has a YouTube channel. It's Thrive and Glow with Joe. Mm-hmm. You can check that out. Both produce good content. And while we're on the subject, we're going to talk about us going out. But I do want to give a couple of shout outs because I know those two people from my brother SBK, who also has a YouTube channel. He has an individual YouTube channel that's SBK. And then he has a show with our sis, It's Just E. She has a YouTube channel. It's Just ETV.
You're a YouTube bot.
I know, right? And together they have a show called the Tap In Podcast, which is actually, they probably live right now. And so SBK, it's good. It's cool, man, because are we recording right now?
Yeah.
I don't see a red light on either one of them.
No, we're good over there, right?
It's still recording? Okay, cool.
You sure you pushed record?
I did, yeah.
Okay, you sure? You positive?
It's record is lit on that, right?
Yes.
And the center screen is the screen that's posting, right?
It's on you.
Put it on the center.
I don't know. Maybe it's just going on now.
Okay. We try to make sure.
Well,
yeah.
If y'all get audio, it's because Dub was pushing buttons.
Nah, turn it around. Turn it around.
Don't. Yep. You got well, maybe. I don't know. Hey, shit.
It say it's recording.
Next time it happened.
All right.
No, it was on you. So it's gonna be on you again.
Nah, it ain't gonna be on me because the technology. If it happens this time, the technology ain't working.
Hey, my brother, you had a shot before you press record.
Anywho, yeah. One thing I like about the like we have like at this point we have like a podcast community kind of deal, or a YouTube channel, whatever you content creating, whatever you want to call it. And so I met all of those people through the Tap In podcast. And also I forgot to shout out my brother last week from South Carolina. Shout out to Jimbo, because he showed us. He showed us he showed me a very good time. That camera's gonna be messed up now.
It is. All right, but it's cool. Go ahead, keep on going.
Yeah, he showed me a very good time while I was in South Carolina. Because we talked about it on last show. I was out there last week for my cousin's wedding. And so I popped in on him. And I will say this, man, because we know how hard it is to we know how hard it is to find genuine people out here. It's to find genuine people out here these days, right? Like nobody is genuine anymore. Like it's almost rare to find somebody that's actually like people that are actually genuine. Mm-hmm. And I'll say everybody that I have met through, just us connecting as that little, content creation community, like everybody has been real and everybody has been, genuine. And I appreciate that about everybody that we get with. But yeah, so last week, Selena and Joe came out with us. And a couple of our homegirls, shout out to Asia and Celeste, who have also been on the show, friends of the podcast. We went out, man, had a good time. How did everything go? Because you had a situation that we...
it went good. I'm so glad we slowed down because we got through our weeks pretty quickly. Normally it takes me about 30 minutes. Hey. And then I was looking at the time, I was like, oh shit, we're having a long enough show.
Yeah, we are. We just gonna actually get to the main topic and be able to talk about that this time.
But yeah, it was a good time. Got there. Stuff. I was meeting new people that I've never met before.
Yeah.
And learned that I do have a unapproachable, I guess you would, or a standoffish face. I'll say that. That's well, I don't even want to say I learned that, but I know that I have that face sometimes.
Yeah.
But I learned that
now
some people can look at me and be like, okay, he ain't really fooling with us, but it ain't really like that.
Well, okay, so I got a question about that because I feel like sometimes that may be personality traits from the receiving person, right? Uh-huh. Because me personally, because I feel like some people have it in them to where they feel like they don't they don't want to approach people, and I feel I've never been that kind of person. Like if I see, we talk about it all the time. Like when you see other people out, because we talked about it when you was talking about last week on your when you was the judge at the competition.
Yeah.
And they was like all of the guidelines behind the host, and it was like we wasn't gonna do that in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so do you think that's more so on the receiving person's end, or do you think that's something about you?
I can say it's probably a little bit of both.
Okay.
I know that I can come off that way, and it's just the way that I am. Mm-hmm. It's no ill will behind it. It just kind of comes off that way. And at the same time, some people can perceive that I'm that way.
Yeah.
When I'm not trying to be that way. So it's
and I mean, naturally, you're. I think naturally we're both introverts, but I think you are way more introverted than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess socially.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like you seek more attention. I don't want to say attention, but you're more the life of the party than.
I can work around.
But
I think that part of that. Because I don't always want to be. I think part of that is because I've held different positions in different organizations that have caused me to have to that have caused me to have to be able to work a room. Like I end up having to talk to people in the room when I'm in that role.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I feel like when it's just, us kicking it, we both kind of just be like,
yeah,
this our group.
Yeah.
Y'all group stay over there and we gonna do what we gonna do.
I got 5 minutes of being the life of the party. Unless I've been drinking a lot, and then I'll be like, all right, well, you know what? Fuck it, turn up. Yeah, speaking of turns up. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it was a good night.
Until
somebody got up there to sing their karaoke.
And
then we came back.
And somebody took our damn table.
Yeah. 2 tables. Both tables.
Let me tell y'all. We are two people that are big on respect. And so this is a bar. It's not a club, right? So and let me draw the correlation or the distinction between both, right? So like at the club, you know what I'm saying?
Fucked up. I got my people with me.
At the club, you know, you got it to where you know, if you have your designated section if you buy one, but outside of that, you know, people just moving constantly coming and going. Well, this is a bar, and here, like, you know, people have food. Like it's you know, once you get your space in the bar, you're pretty much there until you leave. And so it was one of those things where like our stuff was still at the table, so you should have known, because the table wasn't cleaned off. You should have known that we was coming back. And so this particular night, these people took the tables from where we was sitting, because I guess they ain't had nowhere to sit.
Well, it was a black couple that sat at the table. At the table we was at.
Yeah.
And they were cool about it. We just said, oh, no, this is our table. They got up and they moved.
Yeah.
The other set of people, they actually took the table, moved it, put it somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, they took moved the table like across the room, and when we got back, he's like, where's our table?
Yeah.
And so by the time we got back to the table, or the lack thereof, it was time to go ahead and move the table.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
No, okay, so I was cool. Our female friend that was with us, one of our female friends, I won't say who, she was having a conversation. It was 2 young ladies that were sitting where they were sitting, but they had no table. They decided to move the table once we got up and did our thing. Even though they saw our stuff was still on the table, they were still purses and everything still there, they decided to move it. She was having a conversation with them, let them know, no, it's our table, we weren't done. And somebody else decided to get into the conversation.
Because it was 2 young ladies and the dude. And the dude decided that at that point, it was his conversation.
Yeah. So I saw this from across the room.
So we decided to stand up.
Yeah, and see what was going on. Doug was pretty cool about it.
I was trying to be.
What happened was I got up, I went over there, and I started to talk to the young gentleman and explain to him what was happening. It's like, nah, this was our table. We was up there singing. All right, we just need to get the table back. So he decides to say to me, you talking English, but I don't hear what you saying.
I ain't even know he said that.
No, that's what set me off. That's when I was like, well, since you can't understand what I'm saying, I'm taking this table and I'm putting it back over there.
He picks the table up. Yo, and all of this for me is happening in slow motion, because I'm like, oh, shit. X picks the table up. I'm talking about these people food still on the table. And he starts moving the table. They have to start moving food off the table.
Yeah. He took me back to a place that I didn't want to go.
I was like, yo, if these people food fall off this table,
I wouldn't even go give a fuck. Because what he said, it just set me out. I was like, all right.
I ain't even know he said
now that. I'm seeing red, and I don't give a fuck what happened. I'm pretty sure I hit the people that was sitting next to them with the table. It was like a group of white girls, and I was like, did I hit y'all with that table? I'm sorry. But it was there to prove a point.
Yo.
Now I feel like you trying to talk tough.
You trying to play me.
You in front of these ladies and stuff, and we could have just did this cordially, but you try to, you talking stupid. So now I gotta prove the point.
Man. So yeah, look, if it just be respectful, people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a way to do everything. You could easily that could have been a conversation, right?
Yeah, it could have been a conversation. It still could have been a conversation. But you know what the other fucked up part was? Is that he got up like a little Karen and he went to go talk
to the manager. Not knowing that we know the manager.
Yeah. And stuff. And then
because we always hear.
Yeah, and stuff. And I had to have that uncomfortable conversation with the manager because he always reaches out to me or you when something's going on in the bar and he needs something moved. Something or somebody moved.
We're like bar security at this point.
Yeah, and he's just like, okay, you should have came to me and told me what was going on instead of taking it upon yourself. And I let him know, I apologize.
Yeah. Because I mean, we're not above anything.
Nah, and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I may not be there for the next couple of weeks.
We gonna lay low, yeah.
Just to cool some shit off.
Let the air settle. We gonna.
Then pop up and go, hey, what's happening? Like, no.
Out.
But yeah, and then he was like, he gave me the disappointed brother speech. He's like, yeah, I never seen you like that, man. You just really disappointed me with that. I was like, I can't.
Well, it's funny because I think everybody in the group perceived it differently, right? Because the only person that has seen you on that level is me.
Yeah.
And it's funny to see how everybody else perceived it because the homegirl that was initially in the altercation be with the shits. So she was like, hell yeah. And then the homegirl that is usually with us was like, that's not my business. I'm over here. I'm sipping my green tea shot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got it. I know y'all gonna handle it.
Yeah.
Well, one of the new ladies, the one that was to my left that was with us, was like, oh shit. Y'all is on one right now. And then the one that was closest to you was just, I don't even know if she knew what was going on. I was just like, it was one of those times that I wish like it could have been a movie and you could have, you know how to
perspective, replay it from each angle. Man, but they took me to a place that I never wanted to go back to.
Man,
that was back to like 2010 X.
It was funny because
that was BMO. That wasn't X.
It was funny because our homegirl that initially was got into it with the other chicks, like she stayed with the shits, so it was nothing there. But as soon as she started to escalate a little bit,
yeah,
and we both got up, I think old dude was like, oh shit, but I'm in front of my girl, so I can't.
Yeah.
So I can't be no pussy about it. So I think he really didn't want the altercation.
Yeah.
But he couldn't. He also was with his gal, so he couldn't.
Yeah. Sometimes don't let your girl get your ass whooped anybody, because they will have you crashing out here. And I crashed out for some women too. I love black women.
Hey.
And stuff, but I just seen it and it was like, I don't like the way that it's moving. Let me just go over there and kind of help out.
Yeah.
And it kind of, that was the first time people meeting me though. That's what I was like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't think it wasn't really a big deal because I mean it wasn't like we broke out in a fucking bar fight or nothing. I think it was cool. All in all, it was a good night.
I asked the manager, I was like, hey, do you want like 5 minutes outside? We can do that if you want to do that. I mean, I'm cool with that. I mean, even though I ain't been in a fight since like 2010,
bro. Because we ain't fighting no more. I don't have time. I ain't got time for that shit. We
go out there and wrestle for 5 minutes until we get out of breath.
Mutual combat, Mortal Kombat.
But yeah, man. I was disappointed in myself in that time. But then again, I was like, yeah, fuck it. But then again, I was like, nah, I should have did that.
Sometimes you gotta pop out a show. Every now, you know what though? I feel like people test you to where every now and again you have to remind them that the old person is still like, I'm reformed. You know what I'm saying? Like we're at a level. We're at
deep
a level of maturity to where we have not been in those spaces, and we purposely don't put ourselves, which is why we go to the same place every fucking week. Like we purposely do not put ourselves in situations to where we could even be on that level. But I think that was just.
Well, yeah, that's why, at one point we was going over to the spot off of Preston. Mm-hmm. And like it was unseen near opposite of there.
Yeah.
And it'll get a little bit.
Look at them.
Yeah. And then you'd be like, you know what? Hey, it has a possibility for some shit to pop off in here.
For sure.
And I don't need to be here when the shit pop out because I know me and know who I used to be. And let's go ahead and move around.
Yeah, let's not make this our regular spot. Yeah. But I mean, like I said, all in all, all the ladies end up having a good time. I talked to both of the ladies that we met for the first time that night. I talked to them after that, and they all said that they had a good time. So I mean, no harm, no foul.
Okay.
We did have one of the ladies, like I said, Selena 3 times. She also has
the pink pastel.
She also has a show on YouTube, and we were guests on that show last night. It was a good time, man. I like to connect with people that do sort of the same thing, or people that have their own channel. Mm-hmm. Especially, like I said, I feel like in the and I said this last night, I feel like in the content creation world, because I also said last night, like, I don't feel that we're content creators.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because, we don't go out and look to create content, or we don't go out and look to create, personas or like have a
viral moments. And everything.
Like our show is literally our conversations as friends just recorded, because this is the same shit. Like, these are the same conversations that we would have whether the cameras were on or not. But like I said, I appreciate meeting people that are content creators, that are just real people, and I feel like Selena is one of those people. And so the show last night was good, man. I had a lot of fun.
Let me tell you something, brother.
What?
That show started like 9 on a school night.
It did start late on a weekday.
By 9:30?
The fact that you said school night is crazy right now.
By 9:30, I was like, let me give y'all the best that I got.
And it's funny because, like, I thought about that too, and that's why I asked you when we were setting the show up if you needed to set it up earlier, because I don't work on Fridays. I'm off. My off days are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so for me, I was just like, I mean, I don't really care when you do it because I don't have to get up.
Yeah.
But I was like, you got to go to work on Friday. So I don't know how that's gonna work out.
As long as I would have been okay if I was playing more of the background, or if that was the role that I was gonna play. Mm-hmm. But I think she wanted to pull a little bit more out of me. I was like, I'm giving it all she's got, Captain.
Give it all you got. Give it all you got.
And stuff. But it definitely was a good time and stuff. It's fun to see how other people do their thing. Kind of sit back.
Yeah.
We had some internet
issues
at some point.
Yo, you took me out, bro. when her internet the connection started messing up, and you started the intro of the show. I was like, yo, this motherfucker's wild.
Yeah, the stuff, because she ended up working a little bit later than she thought she had and stuff, and then she still wanted to do it and not just have us waiting. So I commend her on that, and she was doing it on the road and stuff. So she did the best that she could, and did a good job at it. And then she brought in a good amount of people and stuff.
Yeah,
different topics, different questions. Dub got a lot of questions from all across the country.
Mr. Sheriff Deputy.
Yeah, he was sheriff.
I said, I did not tell you that.
He said, I'm gonna put it on you.
This is not my job, dog.
I was like, he didn't say that at all. But he was like, hey, Mr. Sheriff Deputy, this is this and stuff. He had some good questions and stuff.
Yeah, but first of all, Sheriff Deputy is crazy.
Well, I mean, we got sheriff deputies out here, right?
Deputy sheriffs?
Is it? That's one of them. Shit. I don't know what they be called out here.
I was just like, bro, I ain't tell you that that's what I did. First of all, I told you that I was not gonna say
what you did
on this live. I
think he was just throwing out. He was throwing out titles just to see if you'd be like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, no, no, sir. You can't fish. You can't fish for me. I'm telling you that.
It's stuff, but he asked a good question. He asked about domestic violence and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he asked about another topic that we'll get into a little bit later.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it was a good experience. You do it more than I do it. Mm-hmm. I think I've been a guest on 2 shows.
Yeah, I think when you, and like I said, when you tell people that you have a podcast, I think they think
I'm gonna do the same thing that I do on my podcast on your show.
Yeah, and it's
not. It's a lot of people that think that I'm gonna do the same thing that I do on the podcast in real life, and they come looking for that I don't even call it a character, but that side of my personality.
But that's what they don't understand. That's why I said, like, when it comes to our show, like, the reason that we are the way that we are on the show is because this is how we are, period. Like, this is the show is literally recording our friendship. So it's not like this is how we get when we get together and we on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that people always look at that and be like, oh yeah, you can come host.
Give us the soft shoe.
Yeah, like nah.
But yeah, we had those conversations before. I'd be like, okay, I feel I'm becoming a character of myself when you try to create those moments.
Yeah.
Versus it being
organic.
Organic
moments. Yeah. Couple of things, man. It's been a few things that happen around the world, and we got a couple of current events. So you brought to my attention because I didn't even know, and that's not a shot, because I actually wish I did know. But the WNBA draft was when?
It was yesterday, Wednesday, one of those days.
Did you watch it?
Terrible. I did not, but I got a few glimpses. I just saw that the Wings had.
I did see who the Wings drafted because, and it really only because we have a friend that works for the Wings, and I saw it on her page on Facebook. So that, and I know that's bad to say, but that's the reason that I knew
that was actually going. Like it. Let me say this the right way, so I don't feel like get cussed out. Just as a whole, the popularity of the WNBA is growing. It's growing. But a lot of times you still don't get to see everything that you need to see. Like if it wasn't for our mutual friend, I probably wouldn't see a lot of stuff about the Wings.
Right.
And
that's not because I really do support them. Like I really do, and I think maybe it's just because it's not as commercial, like it's not as publicized as the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And that's cool. I'm gonna say that's cool. Like I ain't give a fuck about it. They have like more opportunities coming up. I know that when Caitlin Clark comes, they're moving the game from UTA to the AAC.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Are they still AAC?
Wait, just one game though?
Yeah, just that game. Because they drive. She drives a lot of popularity. Towards the league and stuff, and it probably would have been similar almost. Well, I don't even know. I was gonna say with Angel Reese. I think they played somewhere out there and stuff too. But either way,
I actually want to go to that game.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. Well, in this climate, ain't no telling if it's gonna be a good time or not, because
it'll be a good time for us.
Because the Wings got
If you decide that you want to be on some bullshit, it's gonna be a bad day for you.
The Wings got Dejanay. Damn, I forgot her name. She used to play for Connecticut.
Okay.
And
UConn?
Yeah. No. Connecticut Sun.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Dejanay Carrington, and that's the one they said was beating up Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
And stuff in the playoffs. Said that she tried to poke her eye out and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So I do feel like it's going to be some kind of tension in there.
Yeah.
I think Dallas is going to rock with the Wings regardless. They usually have a pretty good following, somewhat. It'll be a lot of out-of-towners. I think there's a lot of people that's going to come in from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Louisiana, Mississippi.
We know how Oklahoma is.
Arizona. deep south. Coming in to see Caitlin. And she has those fans that are only rooting for one reason.
They only care. Man, look, I feel like people, certain people only get into certain things. Like certain people only get into or follow certain things because of that one reason.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, and that goes into another current event that we have for today. So with the whole Carmelo Anthony case, not the basketball player, but the young man up in Frisco, Texas, that has been charged with a very violent crime, and as everything, it's been turned into a race issue, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I always say when it comes to these things is, like, before you pick a side, before you start to be very vocal about what's going on, you probably want to know the specifics and, like, the actual facts of what's going on in the situation before you publicly start talking about it. And I say that because the media is going to run with every piece of information they get, whether it be right, wrong, whether they've confirmed it. They don't give a damn.
Whatever generates the clicks,
exactly,
views, the engagement, that's all they're looking for.
And so with that being said, like, when things happen in a case, when you're talking about something going through the justice system, like, things unfold in real time. And so when you're talking about, like, when the media is concerned, they're going to get pieces of information and they're going to run with that piece of information because everybody wants to have the breaking story.
Yeah.
And so instead of waiting to see all of the facts that come out, oh, I got this piece of information, let me run with it. And then people base their opinion off of the piece of information that they have.
Yeah.
And like we said, you know, certain people are only going to attach to one particular thing.
Yeah.
And then they're going to say, oh, yeah, that thug or that, because they're attached to the narrative that fits them and what they want to portray.
Yeah. Whatever confirms their biases,
right?
Their feelings. It's and it's in everything, brother. I don't think we ever gonna get away from that.
Nah, because people gonna hate just to hate.
Yeah, I think people lack empathy. Everybody's loyal to something.
Well, people lack empathy until it happens to you.
That's true.
Like, people, what you going through doesn't matter. But as soon as it hits home, then I'm like, oh, well, that's injustice or that shouldn't happen. Well, motherfucker, it just happened to X five months ago.
Yeah.
But now that it's happening to me, I didn't give a damn when it was happening to X. But when it happened to me, that's when I said, oh, this is unfair. This is unjust.
We need to stand together.
Yeah. Speaking of standing together, so they have a now, for people that don't know, this incident happened in Frisco, Texas. We live in Dallas, Texas, which is about 30 minutes from Frisco, depending on what side of Dallas you're on. And so we are very close to this particular situation. And tomorrow in Frisco, they are having a Protect White America protest. And so I looked into it more. This is an actual like association now. Like this is an actual like group, the Protect White America group.
I feel like it's always been an actual group, but just under different names. You know, they got like the great replacement theory and everything like that. So, you know, they want to protect bloodlines and everything and preserve you and not replace us and stuff. Because, you know, minorities are becoming so evil. I mean,
minorities are becoming the majority.
Yeah. And not one particular group of minorities, but combined.
Yeah.
It can be an issue.
Yeah, so that's becoming a thing, or like I said, that it is a protest tomorrow in this particular case, and what they're calling for is for the young man to be incarcerated again because you know he's out on bail right now, and so the initial disdain for it, I guess, was the fact that.
Yeah, so let's just came in here tiptoeing in the hills.
So let's came in here her freakum dress.
Did she?
No, but
ass and titties. Ass and titties.
Yeah, that shit threw me.
Ass and titties.
Damn, what the fuck was I talking about?
Because he got his bail lowered.
Yeah. So his bail got lowered, and then he made bail. And so what the whole protest is to get him back incarcerated until the trial. Basically, they don't want him out on bail. And I'm like, I mean, do you think he gonna flee the country? Like, what the fuck?
Well, he's under house arrest.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, people only want due justice if it benefits the narrative that they're trying to.
Look sloppy on camera.
People only want due justice if it fits the narrative that they want. Like, people don't care. Like, if I'm on this side and I'm saying that I'm for a particular, I'm running with a particular narrative, then when it happens to your people, I don't give a damn about the due process. Like, I want you to suffer. Or I don't want you to have the same opportunity or the same benefits of the system that I have. And so I feel like that's what we're experiencing now. Like, you don't want due process. Like, you don't want the process to play out and whatever justice is served is served.
Yeah.
You want that particular person to not have the same rights that your people have.
Well, I've heard they've already doxed the judge that lowered the bill.
I believe it.
But Collin County has officially put out a statement that they stand by her decision. So
it's due process.
Yeah.
This is the same thing that would happen in any other case. Like you're talking about a first time offender. You're talking about what could be argued a minor.
Yeah.
What do you think? Why do you think that this is unfair?
Yeah, because it dropped from, what was it, $1 million to $250, I want to say.
Yeah, I think 250,000. I think.
Which is, I mean, that's more than enough. Because I even heard, bail is not supposed to be a punishment. It's just supposed to be something.
Well, and bail also doesn't mean that you escape the punishment.
Yeah,
bail just means that until the actual trial date, I get to be in a free world, which is due process.
Yeah.
Because I'm not guilty at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm innocent until I've been proven guilty in the court of law. So at this point, I can be out under stipulation.
Yeah. Just not out just having fun and living the best. I saw that they were trying to, it may be true, it may not be true, that they're trying to make sure that he doesn't graduate from the school system. Which is, I mean, I guess it's understandable because it is in violation to bring a weapon on school premises. Well, I guess technically it isn't school premises, it's school district
activities. Yeah,
school district premises.
But the thing about it, and we live in Texas.
Yeah.
I can't say Are knives prohibited? I haven't.
I don't think that you can bring them to school.
No. I know you can't bring them to school, but I'm saying I haven't been to a school sporting event in years.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you if knives are like I said, this is Texas. Texas is the Wild West.
Yeah.
And these same people.
Yeah. I went to school with a lot of.
Cause let me tell you,
big old redneck boys.
If that Second Amendment gets threatened,
they'll be having to protect white lives with pistols and ARs.
Let me tell you,
shotguns rally tomorrow.
I'm just it's funny how different it is when the rabbit got the gun.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And you see stuff like, why would a 17-year-old have a weapon on and stuff like that? Everybody carries something.
It's Texas.
Yeah.
And I had a knife in high school.
Yeah, at that age you can carry a knife. And it can be for plenty of things. Protection, it can be for utility, all that stuff. Like I went to school, graduated in Garland, and it was a lot of boys, big pickup trucks and everything like that, spitting dip and everything like that. They use their knives for anything. They have knives on school premises, pocket knives, stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. So if
Swiss Army knives and everything.
if you're from a state that you can't carry anything, this is foreign to you. But we're from Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like gun carry.
You're from Texas. I'm from Louisiana.
We not even about to. Well, first of all, Louisiana ain't no better when it comes to politics.
Well, yeah, we're damn near the same.
Yeah, and second of all, we're not gonna get it same. But like that's just like gun carry. When you talk about gun carry somewhere up north, it's gonna be foreign to how it is here in Texas. Like it's almost. I guarantee you that more adults in Texas carry guns than not. It's just a way of life. Like it's it's something that almost everybody does.
But even more now that you don't need a permit.
Exactly. It's open carry, you know what I'm saying? And then going back to this particular case, like when I say that you have to wait on facts because you are not going to get all of the facts up front. And it's even going around that he didn't even have a knife.
Yeah.
So like I said, you can't strongly be for or opposed to something until you have all of the facts. And until all of the facts of this particular case comes out, I don't have a stance on it. Like what I do have a stance on is every time this happens to somebody in our community, you get demonized right off the back. Mm-hmm. And you don't get the benefit of doubt, or you're not innocent until proven guilty. But if the shoe is on the other foot, then we do have that issue of, let's get all the facts. Yeah. So that's the issue that I have. And this whole Protect White America thing, this whole, everything with the protests. Like, I don't know if you, did I send you the site? I don't know if you've been to the site, like, cause it's an actual foundation at this point. And all of they are putting out statistics of things, and basically it's trying to paint black people in like.
Wait, is it the real statistics or is it just?
I don't know if it is or ain't because I haven't gotten a chance to look through it, but
because a lot of stuff you see, a lot of people will run with memes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
all different facts on there and stuff. Let me tell you this too.
They're just giving you statistics that ain't even true. So if they can do it at that level,
black on black crime is I think it's like 10% higher than white on white crime.
Black on black crime is not a thing.
It's people commit crime with who they're around.
Crime is crime, and because
you live in close vicinity to
we talked about
who you look like.
We talked about it. Why is there only a statistic for black on black crime?
Oh no, there's white on white crime statistics.
No. I'm talking about. Well, we don't talk about them. You literally only talk about black on black crime.
Well, they push that out. They choose not to talk about
That's what I'm saying. You don't talk about white on white, Asian on Asian, Latino on Latino. Like, you don't talk about none of that shit. Black on black crime is the only thing you ever hear about. Like, why is that a thing?
Black on white crime.
And black on white crime.
Yeah. And then they'll say, "Oh yeah, that's
either way."
It's like 90%.
Black crime is the
black
only
people
thing
are committing violence against white people. 90%.
Like,
it's
fuck
like
out of here, bro.
No, it's mostly y'all that's hurt.
Fuck out of here,
yourselves. So
if we want, never mind. I ain't even gonna go down that rabbit hole. We not
because they'll be out in West Louisiana with protect white people. Running up through your neighborhood.
But so we do have another topic, and this goes into the conversation that we had last week about.
I want to scratch my head, but I ain't show you my head.
Don't take that hat off.
And this bitch looking like Hominy Clam.
Don't take that hat off on this camera. Is you this time? Is you about to die? I've been about to die. Yes.
All right.
Karma's a motherfucker.
I wasn't talking, but it's cool. All right, we good.
You talked about last week. You talked about the situation with your job.
Yeah.
And how? Well, explain.
So I just got the feeling of you will cover for certain people and try to keep everything cool. Keep everybody in good graces, and at the slightest chance of somebody covering their own ass,
they'll throw you underneath
the bus. So, like, when does it become the point in time where you say, all right, well, fuck this. Now I'm just going to look out for myself?
As far as covering for people?
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, so I saw something recently that said, you don't understand it because you would never do it.
Okay.
And that. Let me explain that. So, you know how people do fucked up shit, and you be like, man,
how can somebody do that?
I can't believe that they would do that shit.
Yeah.
But it's because the only reason that you say you can't believe it is because you would never do it. Yeah. And so you don't understand it because it's something that just logically doesn't make sense for you to do, or something that is not in your character to do. Mm-hmm. That goes along the same line of you can't expect you out of other people, right? Mm. So the fact is, when it comes to covering for people, I put it like this. At the end of the day, you still got to be true to you, and karma's going to get who karma needs to get. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. Like, I'm not going to change my perspective or the way I live life just because I know that you going to be a fuck person. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't have to point over this way. I got called fuck boy enough in my life.
I wasn't talking about you. But like, when it comes to, and that's when it comes to covering for people, like, because in my profession, like, I'm gonna do my best to cover you. You know what I'm saying? If you got something going on, if I can step in and help you out, or if I can, if you are in need of somebody to take a shift, or you're in need of somebody to, help you out with something, yeah. I usually will be that person to volunteer to do it. Mm-hmm. Even when, you have people that are not willing to do it. Now, that's not saying that I'm going to be a fool about the shit, because if I do it too many times and then when I need it, you don't even think about volunteering, then I'm going to leave your ass where you at.
Yeah.
But, yeah, sometimes you don't understand just because you wouldn't do it.
Makes sense. I can't hate on that.
So, would you say that with your situation that you did end up covering somebody and it bit you in the ass?
I'm not gonna say it bit me in my ass. You know what? I'm gonna say it needed to happen.
Okay.
Time to listen. And it also gave me a chance to damn, I was trying to figure out this word last night too. Readjust, reassess, situate myself.
Okay. Why do you feel like it needed to happen?
Because I don't think I was gonna say it myself. Where I feel like I'm drowning in a certain situation.
Okay. Like overwhelmed?
Yeah, overwhelmed. even if I'm capable of doing it, and it wasn't really an issue. It's just okay. Maybe I need to step back a little bit because I've been on this whole kick of challenge me, get uncomfortable, and then now I'm taking on stuff at work. I'm taking on stuff outside, taking on these leadership positions over here, trying to deal with this other stuff that's going to shit. And now it's time to sit back and just pause and be like, okay, let's reevaluate. Maybe that's the word I was looking for. Reevaluate the situation, reassess, and say, okay, all right, maybe I need to scale back in this situation or just do something differently over here in this sector while I perfect something over here and handle this. And it forced me to do that.
So more so, do you think it was a situation of somebody not covering for you, or do you think it was a situation of you maybe took on too much and then you realized that you did need to scale back and reassess?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both.
I love the fact that you took accountability in that.
And I'm always going to try to find some type of accountability in it. Even when I go on dates and stuff, like I'm always asking somebody, okay, why are you single, without blaming somebody else?
Right.
So I go into those situations saying, okay, what did I do in this situation that I could have done better? Or even if I couldn't have done it better, what should I have done in this situation to ask for help or to alleviate some of this pressure that it would have been better result, or could I have followed up on some certain things and pushed back in certain areas where everything wouldn't just had a domino effect and it all falls on me and it would have kind of been dispersed, or it wouldn't even got to that situation.
That's what's up. Because I think a lot of times we shift accountability to other people just because we don't want to look inward first, or we know that if we look inward, we won't like the necessary things that we see. Mm-hmm. So I think taking that accountability in that particular situation is fire.
Man, I had to.
So
because my original, I was gonna go in there and call. Nah, I wasn't gonna call help, but it's just it is what it is. It's something ugly to bite. And I think that comes with, even with me saying that I want to be uncomfortable, and I want to be better. So you have to take that criticism, and you have to own up to the stuff that you did in a situation, and learn from that. And next time okay, this is what I do. So even if I was like, okay, I can't cover for people on certain things, so now I might just have to be the asshole and be like, okay, they're not doing this.
It's me. I'm the asshole.
This is what's not happening. So if it gets to this point and they start saying this shit, you got this. So even if it's all right, well, now I have to start logging all my emails and saying,
see why at the end of the day.
Hey, and that's what they did. So
they gonna do it.
And shit, I had to eat the bullet.
Hey, it happens. But that I feel like that's definite growth, because that accountability is, that is something that comes with growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Taking accountability. And being accountable for your own actions and what you contributed to the final product, I think that's big.
I think this couch is too comfortable.
Nah, that's always.
I'm like, you ever seen that commercial where it's like, this is you on drugs?
I don't watch commercials.
This is you on drugs, and then it'd be like, motherfucker belted on the couch and shit. That's how I feel on this bitch. I'm not on drugs right now, but that's what the fuck it feel like. Just keep on slumping in this bitch.
Speaking of old commercials, that brings us to our top three. Top three childish phrases that you.
Damn, you trying to get up out of here?
Yeah, it's time.
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna hit on that other one. Okay, it's all good. Yeah, we good.
Oh, we'll do that next week. Top three childish phrases that you still use.
Okay, I'm forever gonna say these.
These nuts.
These nuts. Yeah, whatever.
That's your number one.
Forever. These and Otis.
How you gonna put two in fucking one?
It's all refers to the same thing. These nuts. Otis dick feels so good in your mouth.
I thought you was okay. When you said Otis, I thought you was bringing up.
Oh no, not that one.
Okay,
is that considered childish?
Yeah, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. That's childish as fuck. You
people. I mean,
why did you just do that on this camera?
Could they see that? I would ask the cameraman, but the cameraman
dipped on my ass. My I'm
gonna blur it out. Blur my titties out. When it comes to it, can you see my stomach? Okay.
No, we leaving that shit in there. The people need to see that shit. My number one, and I don't give a fuck how old I get. If I hear $40, I'm going to immediately say $40. And if you don't know what that's from, you're either too young or you're uncultured.
Celeste don't know where that's from.
All right.
That's how you know when she didn't even like.
Do you know where that's from?
She don't.
You don't know where that's from?
She be like,
please tell me you know where it's from. Oh no, Celeste does not know what it's from. Tell us in the comments if you know what that's from.
She pretends to be offended, but she knows that she doesn't. Me? Moi? Yes, you. Motherfucker.
Tell us in the comments if you know where that's from. What's your number two?
Number two, saying whatever somebody else says and then say they built like or look like something.
Face the ass.
Like, what you doing? You built like what you doing. You look like what you doing. Pass me that cup. You built like a cup.
That shit childish. That shit is childish.
Ain't gotta make sense, but you look like
that shit is childish.
What about you?
Your mama.
Your mama? Okay, I can't.
Because I'ma steal your mama your ass.
Your mama, hoe.
Fuck ass. Your mama. Funk ass.
Okay.
Number three.
Number three, I thought I had one.
I got a number three.
Oh. Forever in a day, I'm always going to pause or ayo, anything that sounds
pause. Ayo.
slightly funny coming out of somebody's mouth. Pause. Yo.
We children for that. We gonna forever be children.
Number three, man. What you?
You the dog, motherfucker. That's my number three. Anytime I get, and if you don't know that one, that was Bernie Mac's last film. So you better know that one. I'm a you the dog your ass in the minute.
I'm gonna show that to Celeste because I know she ain't seen it.
Damn, Celeste. Gee,
because you the baby.
You are the baby.
You the baby, motherfucker.
You the dog, motherfucker. Y'all let us know. Let us first of all comment on anything that we. Okay. I wish the camera was on when she did that shit. Comment on anything in the show, please, because we are looking to get more comments. But definitely comment your top three childish.
Brother, did you know that 60% of our listeners are not subscribed to us?
Yes. I saw it in the analytics.
I did earlier.
With that being said, push the fucking subscribe button, please.
Subscribe, motherfucker.
Push the subscribe button, please.
Pass the peas like we used to do. Pass it, you know what?
What's your top three childish phrases you still use? Y'all know what it is. You can agree with us. You can disagree with us. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Fuck you.
At the end of the day, that's just our 2 cents on the man. We'll see y'all next week. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.
All right.